Well, after having a good, 8 hours of sleep, yeah, I think it was 8 hours of sleep, I'm ready to do this video. Before I do, I'll do my high, my act of kindness, because this video is going to be primarily my low, and why, well, I don't even want to get into it. I'll just do my high act of kindness and just get right into it. So, my high is, in spite of what I'm about to talk about, I was actually able to salvage my Saturday evening. Only just barely, though. I'm going to Nick's for dinner. Then went to Ilyu for a little bit, hung out at Pix for a little bit. And, yeah. But I really couldn't help but be angry about what happened before all of that happened. About what happened before. And, do I even have an act of kindness? Well, I did open the door for people after I left, as we all got in church. And someone would thank me for it, so that was nice. Okay, so, before I get into this, I really want to preface the following. I really wanted to be wrong about the following. I really did. But honestly, this was like the final straw. So, what happened? Okay. Well, for starters, a little bit of context. I talked about how in the past my parents have been, particularly my mom, have been horrible decision makers for me regarding what they think is best for me. And last night really was no exception to that. But, okay, well, you're probably, you're just judging on the fact that it was something that your mom wanted you to do and, you're mad about that. I wish it was just that. I really wish it was just that, because then I had nothing to talk about. So, what did my mom suggest this time? Okay, well, it was, I think, Wednesday night. She walks up to me holding, something from the St. Mary's in Corning church bulletin or something like that. And there was sort of, I guess, an advertisement or promotion or whatever, I don't know, about the Southern Tier something, I don't even know what it was called. Basically, there was going to be a game night for people ages 18 to 35. Now, the fact that my mom came up with this from something she probably just saw at random, that's already a red flag. But it gets worse. So, actually, just that alone, ages 18 to 35, okay, I'm 34 years old. I can guarantee you I was probably, if I actually, full disclosure, I didn't even go inside. I saw everything from outside just to see if it was going to be that big of a deal. It wasn't. 6 people. 6 people, let me back up. So, the location of the game night was going to be right across the street from St. Mary's Church in Corning. It was where there was the Catholic school, All Saints Academy. Now, that school has been all but been abandoned for at least a year and a half now. Reason being that Catholic school is abandoned is because not enough students, could go. I think there's only 20-something students in the entire school or something like that. The point is, again, this building is all but abandoned, save for anyone who actually has a key to the building. So you're having this game night in an abandoned Catholic school gymnasium. Anyone else think that's even a little bit sketchy? Because that's sus AF. Okay? And on top of that, you're having it in a Catholic school gymnasium. Okay, listen, I myself am Catholic. I'm actually proud of the fact I grew up Catholic. In fact, I'm actually going to go to church after I do this video. But the one major stereotype that a lot of Christians or Catholics never see, due to the fact that, let's be honest, Christians and Catholics can be pretty jaded, is we never see ourselves come across as preachy. Which, the fact you're having this in an abandoned Catholic school gymnasium, it can come across that way. Which brings up another thing. The advertising my mom saw from, she got from like a church bulletin. Okay, let's say people actually, I could say that not enough people go to church, but that really is the case. Not enough people go to church to actually even know it would exist. So, that's already a problem. And when you come across as preachy, it can translate to being annoying, rude, obnoxious, and it creates a sort of pseudo-exclusivity of my life is better than yours. True, a lot of Catholics try not to come across that way, but it's perceived as such. That's why whenever I talk about me being Catholic, I try and keep it very scarce. Maybe giving like a trivial tidbit now and again. Tell people something that maybe they don't know, and now they know afterwards. Something like that. So, you're having this in an abandoned Catholic school building, and keep in mind, because here's the thing, this is supposed to start at 7. Church at St. Mary's got out at 6. And I wasn't driving anywhere, so I pretty much just drove right across the street just to kill some time. And I just stayed in my car for an hour. Because Lord knows I'm not going to stay inside, not walking inside of an abandoned Catholic school building. Good Lord, I'm not doing that. Even if there were people inside for one evening. So I get there, and about 15 minutes later, one person shows up, and they bring like 2 cases of Sprite and Pepsi. And then the guy leaves for a little bit. Another person shows up, and he's waiting outside the door for the first guy I mentioned earlier, the one who brought the Pepsi and the Sprite. And he brings over Dominoes. Obviously food for the game night. Listen, I don't hate Dominoes. In fact, I have some fond memories of ordering Dominoes back when I was in college. But for something that's supposed to be a local event for, again, locals in the area, going to Domino's doesn't really scream local. Not to mention, you're in the city of Corning, which is also this event's detriment, but I'll get to that in a minute. You couldn't go to Emilio's, or Atlas, or Rico's, or Podgy's actually would have been great for something like this. Because you actually get like a giant sheet pizza and a whole bunch of wings for I think there's like one deal, it's like $60 or something like that. I mean, that'd be something. But no, you got like 4 Domino's pizzas and what looked like probably either like one of their sides. I imagine it was probably one of like the bread bites or something like that, because listen, I love wings. The wings at Domino's are horrible. They are. Probably the worst wings I've ever had, no kidding. Now they are. Anyway. So, I just mentioned that this is all taking place in Corning. And this is where I'm probably going to get a lot of haters. My overall opinion of the city of Corning isn't exactly what you would call a 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. There are some very, 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 very glaring problems with that city that a lot of people never really knows until it's too late. Save for those that actually realize it right away. like me for instance. First of all, city of Corning, beautiful city. It's a good city. Filled with good people and good businesses to shop small and shop local. Remember to do that. And not to mention, some of the best art I've ever seen are from the Smithsonian Museum of Modern Western Art, not to mention the Corning Museum of Glass. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Corning is a beautiful city during the day. At nighttime, however, especially on a Friday or Saturday night, if you're looking to have a good time, don't go to Corning. I'll just say, Corning sucks in that regard. It does. Well, Nick, what about Market Street? Market Street, yes, Market Street is great. If you don't mind the fact that parking sucks, which it does on Market Street. So you could probably go to a place like, there are places to go for Corning to have a nice time. But because parking sucks at Corning, be prepared to have that place pretty much define your whole evening. Because let's say for the sake of argument, you want to go to a place like, the Cellar. Chances are parking by the Cellar, like anywhere else on Market Street, is going to be horrible. You're probably going to have to walk at least a block to find another parking spot. Or drive another block. And then walk the rest of the way. And if that's the case, then you better hope that the weather's nice. Because if it's raining, that's a long walk you got to go through in the rain. Twice. Now, before I continue, I can say, Market Street can work for a place to have a good time at. The problem is, simply going out to you know what? Maybe some people just want to go to restaurants in Corning. That's fine. There's a lot of great restaurants on Market Street in Corning. You've got Sorge's, Nelia's I just mentioned earlier, Rico's I just mentioned earlier. Actually R&M will be closed because we pretty much only do lunchtime. As well as Old World Cafe. But go to Old World Cafe or R&M for lunch. Those are great. The Cellar, Three Birds. I'm sure there's other places too. But the point is, you do have options. But again, prepare to have going to that restaurant pretty much define your whole evening. Well, Nick, we'll just simply bar hop. No, please don't do that. Please don't bar hop. Because when you bar hop, you wind up putting yourself in a position that you're not prepared for mentally. And I'm not just talking about the possibility of drinking and driving. Which reminds me, for the love of God, do not ever drink and drive, ever. Do not ever drink and drive. It's not worth it. Okay? Good. So, when can Market Street work for having a good time? When you have events like Cabin Fever, or Sparkle, or the Harvest Festival that happened last September, or Glass Fest. Events that allow you to walk the entirety up and down Market Street, seeing all the various, places and restaurants and local businesses that you see. Let me tell you something. When I did Cabin Fever the other day, at the end of February, I had a great time. Why? Because it allowed me to see all the places in Corning that there were vendors to go look at. But Nick, you're only in there for each place for only like 5 minutes. Because I was only there for an hour. And, 5 minutes, that can be a long time. Because you get to walk into buildings you otherwise normally wouldn't go to. It was for samplings of something alcohol related and I left. But you know what? I still got to see a lot of great places. I got to see a lot of nice people. I got to do that. So Market Street can work if the event calls for it. Whenever my family and I go to Sorge's for dinner, that's how we do. We don't go anywhere else. Because there's no need. Now there really isn't need because you have to watch my nephews. They're like 4-year-old twins and a 2-year-old. But that's all you got. If you go out to dinner in Corning, again, be prepared to have that define your whole evening. And maybe some people want that, but come on. This is an event that was supposed to promote a game night. And you have this in an abandoned Catholic school gymnasium. on top of a hill that most people would otherwise never really bother driving up to. At least if you had on Market Street, that's a bit more feasible. I mean, again, Market Street isn't really a great place to have a great... Corning in general isn't a great place to have a good time, but it's something. A lot more compared to a Catholic school gymnasium. You know what? You want to go to a Catholic school gymnasium and have a game night? Go to St. Mary Mother in Horseheads. That's better. And a lot of people actually go there. You know what? That's the thing. Like, Corning, for a place to have a good time on Saturday night, sucks. Go to Elmira or Horseheads. Hell, there's virtually nothing in Big Flats. And I would rather go to Big Flats. I mean, actually, come to think of it, the Dairy Barn's going to be opening next Saturday. This upcoming Saturday now. So, that's good. Probably want to do that, actually. I don't know if that would be what I do. But the point is, like, if you're looking to have like a good time going from place to place, don't go to Corning. Like, for me, I'll go to places like Nick's or Illegal or Pix or Round and Third or Patrick's or places that actually warrant the ability to get up and go out there and see a lot of various places. Market Street's just not that good. Corning in general isn't that good. And it's probably coming across I'm bashing on the city. I'm not. Again, Corning, beautiful city, filled with wonderful people, and lots of wonderful businesses to shop small and shop local. And I love that. And again, you have the Smithsonian Western Museum of Modern Western Art. You have the Corning Museum of Glass. There are things to do. Speaking of the Corning Museum of Glass, that actually reminds me. St. Mary Mother, who I just mentioned earlier, there was a charity gala. I probably would have gone to that if my mom didn't suggest I go to this game night. So, now I'm regretting I didn't go to the gala. I mean, and actually, the one thing about the gala and this is ultimately why I didn't really get a ticket. I mean, it's $50, which is pretty steep. But here's the thing. In order to get a ticket, you had to go purchase your ticket from the school office during school hours from 8 to 3:30. One problem. A lot of people have to work from 8 to 3:30. Some people work all the way in Corning. And they don't get out until 4. So, I hope that event went well. But I can tell you right now, 6 people showing up for a game night in an abandoned Catholic school gymnasium. I can tell you right now, that Southern Tier, whatever, event thing that sponsored it, I can tell you right now, they're not having another one of those again. Or if they do, hopefully they get their act together and pick a better location. Preferably not in the city of Corning. I mean, it's Southern Tier. Elmira's in the Southern Tier. Horseheads is in the Southern Tier. Big Flats is in the Southern Tier. I'd much rather go to any of those places. But Corning, look, not every city bats 1,000. Okay? I don't think any city has ever batted 1,000. And again, Corning, wonderful city on the whole. It is. And here's the thing. I'm not the only person who thinks this regarding the fact that Corning sucks having a good time on us. When I went to Illegal last night, I went to my friend I was talking to my friend who's working there. He thought the same thing I did. Corning's just not a good city to party in. I mean, at the moment, I don't know how they could fix this. But, I'm sure there's something up. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I am. And maybe I'm letting my anger do the talking for me. But, you know what? I've said this before, I'll say it again. There are 3 kinds of people who will always be honest with you. Angry people, children, and drunks. So you know what? I'm being 100% honest when I say all this. So I got that going for me. I don't even know who to be mad at. I mean, I can't be mad at the people who put on this event because they clearly didn't know any better. I want to be mad at my mom, but again, my mom's that O for infinity at this point in terms of ideas she's had that would be good for me. So, why am I even surprised? I mean, I guess I'm mad at myself for once again falling for it. Because you think I know better by now. I don't know. Listen, if you live in the city of Corning and, this offends you, please know I'm trying not to be offensive when I say this stuff. I really am. Because Corning really is a good city. It is. It just has its very, 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 very glaring flaws. And I'm one of the few people who's ever been able to point it out and speak out loud. And I'm able to do that because I have a camera. And we live in a day and age of social media. Stuff like this, not really talked about a lot. Basically, I'm on the platform. So what are you doing to change it? But again, I'm just one person. I really wanted to be wrong about what wound up happening, but I wasn't. I was right. And trust me, I feel horrible. I really do. But I can't help but feel the way I feel. And regarding the city of Corning, regarding that glaring flaw that there's not a lot of great places to have a good time in, at least if you're looking to have a really good time, it couldn't be more true. So there you go. I mean, normally I would say I hope you all like this video, but I guarantee this is probably going to make a lot of people very angry. So if you stayed this for this entire video, thank you for indulging me. I am very humbled that you actually indulged me this entire time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you want to talk to me about this personally, go right ahead. I'll be more than happy to listen to what you have to say. Because at the end of the day, Corning, Elmira, Horseheads, Big Flats, even further away places like Ithaca or Watkins Glen, it's all part of the 607. And I'm going to represent the 607 no matter what. Whether I become big or famous doing this or not. I'm not going to turn my back. I'll never turn my back on where I come from. So again, 607 all day, baby. So have a nice day. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what else I could have mentioned. I probably forgot something, but I probably may have left out a thing or two that I just can't remember at the moment, but I think you got the gist of what I'm saying. See ya.